All right. Welcome back, everyone. Happy to continue on this great conference today. So many fantastic companies we're presenting, and we're just halfway through. We got some more coming up, starting with Foothills Exploration. It trades on the OTC under the symbol FTXP and is an oil and gas exploration company focused on natural gas exploration and participating in the global energy transition. Joining us today is Foothills Executive VP, Chris Jarvis. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for the introduction, and good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Chris Jarvis. I'm an EVP of Finance at Foothills Exploration. First off, thank you for joining us today. We know your time is valuable. All right, before we get started, get this off the plate. Any statements made today should be considered a forward-looking statements. All right, so I want to start off the presentation and give a 30,000-foot view of the company. Foothills Exploration, Inc., ticker FTXP, is a growth stage oil and gas company focused on the natural gas exploration and development. The company's principal asset is in the Wind River Basin of Wyoming. The assets consist of approximately 16,000 acres of highly prospective development acreage. Our key initiatives is to generate high-impact exploration and projects focused on natural gas. And we also recently announced a new energy ventures division that focuses on developing different power sources for energy efficient, low carbon future. So there are 4 key initiatives we're targeting currently. The Wind River Basin, we're looking to secure industry partners to develop the company's Wind River Basin properties. We're also looking to acquire existing 3D seismic to develop a 4-well drilling program to prove up our acreage. Secondly, New Energy Ventures, which I just recently discussed, announced as a new entity to focus on new technologies to reduce the carbon footprint. The third thing we're focusing on is OTC compliant. We're working on getting our financials current and back onto the OTCQB. And lastly, our balance sheet, continue to settle and eliminate remaining convertible debt to clean up our balance sheet. Hold on here. I think I went too fast. All right. So the next slide here, which is our historic production surrounding the Wind River Basin, I would like to talk about this historic production surrounding our acreage. Our acreage is close to Beaver Creek and also Big Sand draw fields that have a cumulative production of 133 million barrels of oil. Also 1.1 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. So significant productions in and around our current lease properties. Some more about our Wind River assets. The properties are in Fremont County, Wyoming. Net acres is 16,387. Our working interest is 100%. NRI is 81%. 100% of the acreage is underdeveloped. It is both an oil and gas play, has multiple pay zones. I guess in short, we believe the Wind River assets provide significant value creation for FTXP and allows the company to tap into the secular trends in the global energy sector. Now here's some of the ecos behind the properties. And we've set the stage for the macro trends of kind of what's going on in the energy space. But let's talk about where the rubber really meets the road regarding Foothills. The company is very excited about our Wind River Basin asset and the ability to unlock significant value from this asset. The Wind River Basin is a stacked pay environment. A recent third-party engineering study on the company's Wind River Basin assets indicated 18 million barrels of oil and 13 billion cubic feet of gas. So I guess the biggest takeaway from this slide is the estimated PV10 value of 372 million. Now, we believe it's a significant number for a company of our size. And as we stated early in the presentation, we're actively looking to develop the asset. All right, so just to recap Wind River Basin, kind of our work program. One, we're looking to acquire available 3D seismic on a portion of the company's acreage, which we know exist. After we're acquiring the existing 3D seismic on our acreage, we want to identify the best drilling opportunities. Our initial program, that's number 3, will be focused on a 4-well program. And lastly, we will continue to look for joint venture partners to drill and develop the acreage. So our next topic on this presentation,
okay.
Let's talk about the
My mic was off anyway.
As many of you already know, the green energy and the green economy has become a mega trend with 1.3 trillion in sales revenue in 2019. Morningstar reported that 282 million was invested in the green energy funds in 2019 alone. And furthermore, Bloomberg estimates that the hydrogen market could reach 700 billion by 2050. So with all that said, our new energies ventures that we announced about a week ago will tap into this energy transformation, which also includes disruptive oil field clean technologies. So just to recap, Foothills' new venture will be focused on the following 4 opportunities. 1, carbon capture. 2, blue and green hydrogen production. Thirdly, oil field clean technologies. And 4th, power generation. And lastly, our compliance milestones. Our near-term goals are basically 1, we want to get OTC application done, which we have done. We submitted on April 5th. We're also looking to file our 2019 annual report by April 30th. After that, we're looking to do our Q1, Q2, and Q3 2020 quarters by May 30th. And next up, we'd like to file our 2020 annual report by June 15th. And the last milestone that we're focusing on is getting our Q1 2021 by June 30th. So it's an ambitious target or goals that we have set forth, but we think we can accomplish. So before I wrap up, let me give you a quick overview of the company's management team. Kevin Silla, he's the executive chairman, has 10 years of oil and gas industry experience with extensive knowledge in business development, mergers and acquisitions, and management of oil and gas field operations. Bruno Allaire is our CEO. He has over 25 years experience in the numerous disciplines across various industries, with the last 10 being in the oil and gas. Myself, I have 20 plus years of capital markets and investment experience covering the equities, commodities, and fixed income markets. And next up would be Tara Roberts, VP of Business Development. She has 7 years of experience across many disciplines within the oil and gas industry, including positions as a landman, revenue accountant, and business development. And last but not least, we have Alex Hemp. He's a petroleum engineer, has 25 plus years experience as a petroleum engineer, both on and offshore ventures, with broad domestic and international work experience. So that's Foothills in a nutshell. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask this time or let me know. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Chris. I think you get the award for the quickest presentation. We do have some questions. All right. So how is Biden's push towards electric going to affect your business?
Well, that's a great question. And I think that's such a huge push to green energy. And I think when you take a look at it, it's quite ambitious. The targets by 2050 are enormous. I think, fossil fuels obviously is in the crosshairs of the green energy movement, but you got to understand, natural gas is going to be a huge bridge fuel for this industry. So you're going to have to use natural gas as a way to bridge over into the more renewable source. So I think natural gas is going to play a big part, and our company is focused on our natural gas assets, and we're looking to acquire other projects and move forward.
Perfect. So when do you expect to be current on the OTCQB?
Well, we got to get our filings in. So I know I just discussed our timelines, and we're looking to get all our filings done by the end of June, and hopefully soon after that we'll be back on the OTCQB because that's our basic goal right now. We're heavily focused on that, getting that done.
And what is your current burn rate?
Burn rate. Well, we've given the pandemic and everything that's been going on, it's not significant. I would probably say most of our resources is going to paying off convertible debt holders right now, and also our filings. So that is, been significant cost of the company. I would say from a G&A standpoint, we're probably around normal operations. We're probably around 150,000, 180,000 a month. But right now we're well under that, just considering the pandemic and where we are.
And who is your auditor? And is it the same auditor you've used in the past?
Yeah, it's the same auditor that we've used in the past. I'd have to double check with that, but I'm pretty sure we're using the same auditor.
Okay. How have you been financing the company, equity or debt? And how do you plan to finance the burn going forward?
Yeah, it's another great question. So a lot of our investors are from overseas, and when the pandemic hit, a lot of our capital resources dried up. So we got dependent on some toxic convertible debt, I would say. We're in a process of cleaning that up currently. And so, we're working with there's a few lenders that are very on a friendly basis that we're working with, and they're helping us kind of clean out this convertible debt. Long term, we're looking to develop the Wind River project, which at that time, I think we're going to have significant value creation, and we'll probably be paying off with some equity down the road.
So are there any grants you can get for converting to green technology?
There is. I'm not sure our company would fall under that particular, I guess, category or be a good fit for that right now. We are looking to get into the green energy space. So, there are grants. At this time, we're probably not positioned to actually take advantage of that, but I think that will, change soon down the road.
How long have you been in business?
The company's been around since 2016. That's when I joined the board of directors, and then in 2017 I became full-time. So May of 2016 I was the start date really for Foothills. Do
you own the properties or lease them?
We lease the properties. We just made our lease payments on the Wind River Basin assets a few weeks ago. That'll establish another time frame for us going forward. So certainly are in a good position there.
Are there currently any majors with property close to yours?
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at the slide that I provided earlier, we got a lot of major players in the space. The 132 million barrels of oil surrounding us has come out of the ground in a 1.1 trillion cubic feet. So, significant position or leasehold that we have right now. We just, the big issue is it's capital intensive, and finding the right JV partner to come in and help you develop it and prove it up.
Talk a little bit about the primary source of your funding for operations, and should you determine the presence of usable oil and gas, how are you dealing with that?
Okay, so again, we have a few of our convertible debt holders that we're working with to pay off. We have a couple lenders that are working with us to pay them off. So, I mean, most of the G&A right now is included in that, although I will say it's a very small part of that number. I'm not sure if that answered your full question or not, but.
So are there any intentions for exploration operations?
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking to get a JV partner in there and develop it. Once we prove it up, I think it will unlock significant, shareholder value. I mean, the field has a PV10 of 300 million. I mean, that's, for a company of our size, that would move the needle for us for sure.
So a lot of folks are claiming to be moving to hydrogen production off of carbon capture and other green tech initiatives. Do you have a technology or a process stake that is existing, or just kind of musing over the possibilities at this point?
Well, we're musing. We don't have it in-house yet. To say we're close, I would say we're pretty close to it. We're definitely are vetting a lot of different opportunities right now. And I wouldn't be shocked down the road that we have an announcement that we're officially inside that realm.
Talk about some of your potential financial partners.
Again, there's a few of the lenders that we're working with that have been friendly with us and worked with us. Have actually helped us out quite a bit with refinance some of this convertible debt. That should continue down the road. But again, I think once we get our financials done, we get on the OTCQB, we can get our ducks lined up, and then we get the Wind River Basin going. I think at that point, a whole universe of finance and availability opens up for us. But right now, we're kind of in that phase where we're trying to just get back up on our feet. And then I think the convertible side of it, will probably be in play for a little while, but down the road, I certainly see the whole world kind of opening up on the finance side of things.
Is there any production in the basin currently?
Oh yeah, there's production all around us. Again, these fields have been producing for quite a while. And just south of us, I mean, there's some huge wells down there. So I mean, like I said, we just got to go in and prove up our current leases. There's production on all north, south, west, and east of us. So we're pretty confident that we'll be able to do something. We're just trying. We know there's existing 3D seismic on a portion of our acreage. We're trying to acquire that. And from there, I think we're going to start off with a 4-well program just to kind of prove it up. And then we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, we're very excited about the asset, and there's no question about that. So it's just a matter of executing over the next few months our key initiatives and getting this thing done.
Talk a little bit about that timeline. What specific timeline are you looking at to prove it up?
Well, we're looking at it now. We're obviously focused on the financials and getting it on the QB, obviously from my perspective, but we're also, looking at JV partners. We're in discussions with people to see, to get a level of interest, and there's a lot of interest in the area right now. It's hard to pinpoint an exact date. I'd love to do so. I think it'd be wrong to do so. But certainly, it's a core focus of the company, and I think it would be a game changer for us. So it's obviously something we're highly motivated to get done.
So if someone's interested in having a meeting with you, what should they do?
And just reach out to the company. They can go to our website, our investor relations page, and there's all the contact information there. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions.
Do you have any closing remarks that you'd like to say?
Yeah, we're very excited. I think it's been a tough year for everybody. I mean, the pandemic and it's not just economic, but it's been a tough year for everybody. We've hung in there. We fought, and we're continuing to fight. I think in the last month and a half, we've done more in the last month and a half than we did probably in the last 10 months. So, we're executing. The team's still intact, and we're looking to move forward and really make 2021 a special year.
Are there any plans for a reverse split?
Oh, we get that question every once in a while. I think if we nail those 3 things, we get our financials in order, we're on the OTCQB, and we get development or prove up some of these wells on that property, I highly likely probably do a reverse split. That's something that we're looking at down the road. Obviously not this second, but down the road, if we nail these 3 things, then I think that's probably the next thing on the radar for us.
And so what are your biggest hurdles over the next 6 to 12 months, and how do you plan to get over them?
Again, I mean, we're looking at getting our financials done. That's huge. Getting on the back on the OTCQBs, that's huge. Those would be significant, events for us. And we gotta unlock the value in Wind River, and then we gotta look at other opportunities in the natural gas sector, and we gotta look at other opportunities in the green carbon industry. So I mean, there's a lot of irons in the fire right now. We've got a lot of traction, and we just continue to move forward and work hard every day.
Perfect. All right. Well, great presentation. Thank you, Chris, so much. And we look forward to all of your future updates.
Great. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone. We are going to take a quick break. Remember, you're going to see a black screen. We're also going to play a video for you. I believe we're going to start in about 20 minutes at 12:30 Eastern. So please stay with us when we are coming back on with our next presentation. Thank you all so much.